Today we need to look for a new electricity tariff. And it's a bit of a jungle out there. Here we go. We're going to take a look at 4 questions. First, how much energy do we consume in a year? Second, does Octopus Go still make sense? Is there a better Octopus tariff? And then finally, should we look elsewhere? At this stage, I should mention we are looking at a semi-detached home with 1 electric vehicle, no solar panel, no heat pumps, and standard gas boiler. So first, consumption. We consume the best part of 4,000 kilowatt hours per year. That's from the download of Octopus data, and that's since last July 2022. Now, 44% of that, 1,730 kilowatt hours, is at night between 12:30 and 4:30 in the morning. At night, that's 7.5p. During the day, it's 34p, and this adds up to about £900 per year. The new Octopus Go is 9.5p at night and 31.5p during the day, which comes out slightly cheaper overall. So does Go still make sense? Yes, it does. However, it was slightly difficult to get the option to still maintain Go as opposed to be put on a flexible tariff. Now, the third question was whether there are other Octopus tariffs that might make sense. Let's go quickly through some of those that may or may not be available. They are listed in a long set of options, but frankly, only flexible and loyal, I think, were available to choose from yesterday. So what is this loyal 0.318 at any time of the day? Well, that's very interesting, but that's not quite as good as Go, which is even slightly cheaper, let alone at night. So that's not an option. Loyal Eco 7, same story there. Both night tariff and day tariff are higher. Not an option. Flexible is the default on which I was put immediately, and that's 16 pence or 16.5 pence at night, and I'm not sure whether it's 7 hours or 4 hours, but either way, with that and a higher price in the day, you're still looking at 30% more expense, so no good. And then you've got 2 interesting tariffs, which are more for those people that are mixing maybe solar panels and heat pumps, because you can see that, and a battery in particular, you can see that you've got those high tariffs during 4 and 7, when this is the most used for many households. And you can see that we are no exception here, because we are getting a spike between the 4 and 7, maybe a bit later than some homes. But the reality is, if you've got the battery, this is where you are going to use it. You can accept to have these very high tariffs. Now, Cozy, I think, is more of a heat pump type tariff, where you are using some of the energy to heat up the home before the morning and before the evening at cheaper tariffs, with the rest a pretty decent price. Now, having said that, again, for us with no battery in particular, this is not going to work, and that's another 50% more expensive. So none of those tariffs are an option. And then there's one more, which is Intelligent, and Intelligent is the new form of Go, but sadly, it is not compatible with our charger and car. Right? So that leaves us to take a look at Agile, and we look at the history of Agile. We do have that from November, so that's what we are looking at now. We can see that it is not interesting to have the Agile tariff. It takes to be a lot braver to take Agile because it's like trading every day on the stock market, really. I like the simplicity of Go. So the conclusion is, with Octopus, Go is absolutely fine. Now I'll leave you with the reference should you want to switch to Go. In case you want 50 quid, of course, I get something in the process. You decide what you do with it. Final question was whether other providers are of interest. And that, without spending much more time, you can see whether it's EDF or British Gas. Not really. They do have EV tariffs, but they're not quite as competitive. And then there is an interesting one with OVO, another form of intelligent, where you need the charger to be able to negotiate, if you will, the tariffs, or when is the best time to recharge your car. And again, not compatible there. Right, so that completes our review of the options we had on the table for today. We still like Go. It was a bit fiddly to stay on Go, which is very surprising, but that's the way it was. And still recommend Octopus as a result. That's our results for today. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and comment.